Hello, and welcome to our podcast, There's a Ghost in My Closet. I'm Alice, and I'm joined with my other host, Carly.
Hi. Now, join us while we dive right into what wants to remain deep in the closet. Drop me.
How are you doing this fine Sunday? I hope you guys are doing well, at least, because I know at least me, I've had a day.
Very, very stressful.
Yeah, it is. It's very stressful because I had work this morning, and I worked customer service. And I don't know why, but the people on Sundays, literally the worst kind of people ever.
Some of them are getting out of church.
Some of them are getting out of church, or they're going to church, or they're getting their day started. And I'm just like, why are you being a bitch to me when I'm trying to serve you? Like, oh my God. But it's okay because I can't do anything until I'm rich. So it'll get there. But before we start, I want to give a major shout out to my mother. There was a tree that fell down in my house from a storm not too long ago.
When it happened.
Yeah.
I heard it.
It went, but she made us these cute little coasters out of the wood. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a ghost in my closet. And if you guys don't mind that little stain, that's from my coffee. But hers is the dry one. But if you guys would like a coaster, there's a ghost in my closet.
One or two
coaster.
Maybe.
We might do a giveaway with them. All you guys have to do is leave a comment, maybe comment ooga booga, or just comment comment.
Go on our YouTube, subscribe, or Spotify if you have it. Follow there, leave a comment.
Leave a comment,
also,
like the post, and subscribe,
and
let
share.
us know. Let us know, and you guys can possibly get a free coaster.
Yeah. And
there's a ghost in my closet. And it is real wood, by the way. Like, this is from the tree that cut down. So if you guys would like a coaster.
Get wood from any tree.
Yeah, but this one caused us a lot of trauma. It's a special tree.
Forever.
Yeah. So if you guys would like a coaster, let us know, and we would definitely hook you up with that, as long as you leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our posts. It doesn't matter which one, just any of them.
Yeah. But it won't be just a coaster. We're thinking about doing like a little bit of other stuff, maybe
I was probably going to give you guys a goodie bag with a little random crystal that I find. And obviously I'll put the meaning of the crystal and like what you can use with it and stuff like that. But yeah.
Maybe a thing of tarot
something
cards? Like the start off ones, like little things.
Yeah, little starter ones. Yeah.
Maybe.
You guys are just going to have to figure it out because we're definitely getting there. And I also want to give a shout out to our new followers on our YouTube and Spotify. I believe that we got 1 or 2 extra followers on both those platforms. And I want to give you guys a huge shout out because we really do appreciate it.
Yes, we really.
And we are trying to post more. We are finally back after a week break from our other jobs and everything like that.
Yes.
So, but don't worry, we are back this week, hopefully.
We are back.
And if you guys would like a coaster, a little goodie bag, let us know.
Today, children, or adults, but children.
I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment.
And you're trying to get them to, go under a spell now.
They're already under a spell, wink, wink. No, we probably lost followers because of that comment.
But all the ghouls and gals,
or ghosts, we don't judge.
No,
or just ghosts, spirit, whatever. Spirit. Have you seen that video? Spirits. And it's just white girl music playing in the background. I'll put a clip of one here. Oh my God, I love that guy. He's what I aspire to be ghost hunting with. Oh, but by the way, we do have videos coming out of us with a little bit of evidence. I'm going to a haunted inn with my boyfriend pretty soon.
But she's probably going to be the only one doing it because I would go with her.
Yeah, she's not going to be there. You guys are just going to see me.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Caleb and her boyfriend's not going to do it.
No, he's not. It's literally just going to be me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see.
If you need me to, call me and we'll do it over the phone.
Yeah, we'll do it over the phone. Oh my God. But yeah. But it's gonna be really, really fun. And we're gonna have some hopefully videos up soon. But yeah.
Yes. And my next picture.
Anyway, today we are going to be talking about the Cecil Hotel and the Grand Jerome Hotel.
Yes.
The Cecil where's the Cecil Hotel located?
Los Angeles Hotel.
Los Angeles.
I think.
And
Hold
the
on.
Grand Jerome Hotel is located in Arizona. I also um want to give a shout out
Yeah, it's in Los
to an
Angeles.
old listener story that we had not too long ago. We haven't gotten any listener stories from their email, so we are waiting on those listener stories still. However,
Yeah.
they did recommend us this hotel
Yeah.
because it is in Arizona. That's where they're from. And I was like, you know what, this is a really good idea because we're doing the Cecil Hotel, and I was just like, this is a pretty good start. So, um, today we will be going over the Cecil Hotel and the Grand Jerome Hotel.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to be doing the Cecil Hotel, and she's going to be doing the Durham Hotel.
Yes, yes. So, without further ado, I believe we can go ahead and get started. So, today I will be going over the Grand Jerome Hotel located in Arizona.
Arizona.
Every haunted place keeps its secrets hidden behind walls built to protect them. Tonight, we're opening the door to discover what wants to remain in the closet.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Jerome was never meant to be peaceful. Jerome wasn't founded as a tourist town. It was built because of copper. So this goes into a little bit of the backstory of like why the city was built to begin with. In 1876, persecutors discovered one of the richest copper deposits in the United States. Soon, thousands of miners flooded into Jerome. Early in the 1900s, it had become one of the wealthiest mining communities in America. But prosperity came with an enormous cost. The town sat literally on the side of Cleopatra Hill. Buildings slid downhill, mines explosions, like the mines would literally just go explode. Workers died underground, disease spread through crowded boarding houses, fires repeatedly destroyed sections of towns, and violence, gambling, and saloons became part of literally everyday life. So think of the Wild West, like every single Western movie you see where, where they like do a draw, where they walk some places and then go bang.
Yeah.
That's what this town was like.
Really?
Like, Jerome earned a reputation as one of the roughest towns in the American West.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it was literally like just the Wild West in general. Like, this was not a safe town to be. Like, it makes me think of Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry. That's what this town was like. It was very your Huckleberry town.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I love that movie. It's so good. Anyway,
Never seen it.
you should, bro. We need to watch it. My
I've seen
dad,
clips of it.
my
I've
dad
never
showed
seen
me
it.
that when I was very young. You really need to watch it. It's really good. All right, comment down below if you've seen the movie Tombstone. It's not like a super old movie. It's not a super old Western, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, now the construction of the Grand Jerome Hotel. The Grand Jerome Hotel originally opened in 1926, but surprisingly, it wasn't built as a hotel. It began life as the United Verde Hospital. It was considered one of Arizona's finest hospitals. It featured surgery rooms, X-ray technology, maternity wards, children's wards, isolation rooms, and a morgue. Thousands of births occurred there. Thousands of injuries were treated there. And many people also died there. You know that saying, that's the first place you came into this world, and that's the place you'll be when you get taken out of this world?
Yeah.
That was literally the epiphany of this hospital.
Oh my god.
The United Verde Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
every hospital, like, experiences so much, but this one specifically experienced too much, in my opinion, especially since it was open since 1926.
Yeah.
Especially in a town where it was like this dangerous, where saloons, gambling, shootings, that stuff was just normal. Oh my god. That sounds so annoying. Anyway, but like I stated earlier, this hospital most likely treated all of those mining explosions, all of those gambling and shooting incidents, as well as literally houses on top of the hill off of, what was it called again? Cleopatra Hill. It was on a slope, right? So they would just literally just fall downhill. So there was a lot of injuries happening. So this hospital kind of served as, like, thank God finally there's a hospital, but also hospitals just in general have a ton of shit happen to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, also a lot of hospitals could be haunted.
Every single hospital is haunted. I 100% believe that. If it is a hospital, especially if it's abandoned, it is haunted. Because, I mean, our local hospital, the Florence City Hospital, that hospital's so bad. Never go Florence City Hospital. Go to Helen Keller if you're in our area.
Yeah, I had Oliver, my son, there, and they don't do great with paperwork.
But anyway, moving on. Like I stated earlier, there's a lot of mining injuries. Mining during the early 20th century was extremely dangerous. Doctors from this hospital regularly treated patients suffering from cave-ins, explosions, broken bones, burns, crushing injuries like rocks getting crushed on top of the miners.
Yeah.
Not miners as in under 18, miners as in actual miners.
Yeah.
Toxic gas exposure, lung disease from mining dust. So some of them probably also developed lung cancer. Many never recovered, others died shortly after surgery, and the hospital staff often worked overtime around the clock. But I feel like that's also every hospital in the early 20s because, like, they didn't have modern technology that they have now, so they had to use treatment options that were very out of date in a way. Like, it took longer to do. By the 1950s, Grand Jerome's mines were shut down. People left town, and the hospital eventually closed down in 1950. For years, the building sat abandoned, which I would have loved to go see this when it was abandoned. Eventually, it was renovated and reopened as the Grand Hotel in the 1990s. Many believe whatever remained inside the hotel never truly left. So, obviously, there's a lot of shit.
Listen, all that trauma and all that stuff happening, there's literally no fucking doubt and, like, no surprise that the
No,
place is haunted.
no, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, and plus just the look from it looks like it's like, like you go past like an abandoned house and you see like the old pillars or some sort of like old fashioned furniture or something like that. It's probably haunted.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. However, now that it is the Grand Jerome Hotel, you can go in and visit and rent out a room and do whatever you would like to do.
And
at Grand
stay in
Jerome.
a room if you dare.
Want to stay in a room?
That's just our go-to now.
Oh, you hear that voice crack? I went, ooh. Oh my god. Okay. The spirits tried to talk through me. Spirits! Body in the USA. Paranormal spirits and evidence. Unlike places that focus on one famous ghost, the Grand Jerome Hotel is said to have many different spirits. 1. The nurse. Perhaps the most commonly reported apparition, guests have described a woman in an old-fashioned nurse's uniform walking quietly through hallways. She disappeared around corners and vanished before returning up the stairs. Some believe she's continuing her work at the hospital for days. So, like, it's definitely probably some sort of residual energy. The miner. Again, not under 18, just an actual
Like,
miner.
Freaking
Think of Minecraft, Steve. Steve is
that
haunting this hotel.
or freaking Snow White the dwarfs.
Oh,
We're off to work we go.
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, off to haunt this place we go.
That's what we should do in one of our videos.
I imagine literally every single time I think of a ghost like walking down hallways or like messing with ghost equipment, I think of them just going, all right, back at this again, and then just standing up and just strolling over to the ghost equipment.
Just to start walking and be like,
'Cause,
okay,
like,
let me touch this.
A lot of people don't like think about what the ghost is actually doing.
Well, it also
in
depends
their
on if it's
dimension.
a good ghost or
Like,
a poltergeist.
whenever they're like messing with a REM pod and like making it go back and forth, most of the time they're probably just doing this, and I think it's funny as hell.
That or they're just going,
I think it's so funny. Or they're moving it with their foot. They're just like, okay.
But like doing a little dance.
I do my little dancey dance.
Those stinky legs.
Several guests reported seeing a man covered in dirt or wearing work clothes. Descriptions often include boots, mining clothes, dust-covered face, and standing silently. When appeared, he disappears. That's all I have in my notes. When he appears, he disappears. Because Jerome's economy revolved around mining, believers associate these sightings with former patients. Now, children. Remember, thousands of children were born inside the hospital. Some died from illness before modern medicine even existed. Reports include children's laughter, small footsteps, balls rolling, and whispers. No children were ever found when investigating. Ooh. Ooh, this one's spoopy. This one's spoopy. More spoopy than the children and the minors. Shadow figures.
Yeah.
One of the most common experiences, goody. Guests described dark, human-shaped silhouettes standing in doorways, moving through hallways, and watching from room corners. So you just stand in the corner and just go, just watching. Shadow figures are reported throughout the hotel rather than one specific room. So this is a very common occurrence. And then unexplained voices. People have claimed to hear names being whispered, conversations in empty hallways, hospital-like noises, and crying. Sometimes recordings allegedly capture voices no one remembered hearing at the time. While some investigators interpret these as electronic voice phenomena, or say it with me, kids, EVPs.
EVPs.
Thank you, kid. I feel like that. I feel like that. You know, like clip from Megamind where it's like,
Yeah.
I love you, Metro Man. And I love you, random citizens.
I love you, random citizens.
But EVPs, such recordings remain controversial and are not accepted as scientific evidence of spirits. I know this is gonna sound dumb, like, oh, it's the hospital, there's gonna be haunted rooms. However, there's one specific haunted room that is more haunted than the other haunted rooms, and that is room 32. One of the hotel's most talked about rooms. Stories include faucets turning on, lights flickering, footsteps, feelings of being watched, and apparitions.
We should save up some money and go stay in
We definitely need to. That sounds so fun.
that exact room.
As with many haunted hotels, accounts vary from guest to guest. There's elevator activity. Guests have claimed elevators move unexpectedly. Doors sometimes reportedly open with no passengers, whether paranormal or mechanical. It's become another part of the hotel's ghost lore. Moving on to physical touch. He's touching me. Some visitors reported hair being touched, someone sitting on the bed, taps on the shoulder, and cold fingers, finding no one nearby. There's been objects moving, such as doors opening, lights switching on and off, glasses moving, toiletries changing location, which is weird because I want to know what ghost is changing out toilet paper and just moving it halfway across the room.
Probably
like
a
that
little
weird.
trickster.
that or a maid, like an old maid, or maybe an old nurse. I don't think anybody died when it was a hotel, but as a hospital, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And then and then finally, the last reported phenomenon would be cold spots, which sudden drops in temperature, cold hallways, and one room becoming dramatically colder than another. Skeptics note that older buildings often have drafts, unseen insulation, and aging HVAC systems that can create similar sensations. So, whether you finding a cold spot in the room with the Grand Jerome Hotel is an AC problem or a ghost, that's up for you to decide.
Yeah.
Several factors contribute to the hotel's reputation. One, it was a hospital. Hospitals are naturally associated with intense human emotion, birth, illness, trauma, hope, and grief. Many paranormal believers think these experiences can lead to an imprint on a place. So, like, back to the topic of an egregore. Sometimes egregores can, they don't have to be like, an egregore can also turn into a tulpa, which is basically its own.
If you believe in it.
If you believe that it's its own thing with its own thoughts, it will be created with its own thoughts. However, there could be some egregores that's literally just energy created from human emotion, and sometimes humans do it without even realizing they're doing it. Like
Yeah.
like, if you put out emotion, it's going to have some sort of energy, like walls hold energy. I'm a sole believer in that. Over decades of operation, many patients die in the building from mining injuries, disease, and natural causes, though there is no definitive count of deaths within the hospital. So, they probably lost count because of how many it was. Jerome also just has a very the town of Jerome also just has a very violent history. Like, it was a town in the early Wild West due to copper. There was gambling incidents, there was, um, probably some duels, with their little guns all the
Little
time.
girl.
With their little guns, like, "This town ain't big enough for 2 of us," and they're literally holding out, like, the
This
smallest gun
carrot
ever.
making it for the
And then they have
Canada.
they have their mustache at the time was bigger than their pistols, guys, like,
Their mustaches were bigger. Well, not as big as their ego.
yeah, that's why they had big mustaches.
Yeah. You-
Um
The bigger the mustache, the bigger the ego.
Exactly. So, whether this hotel is actually haunted, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Now, I do believe you should probably go check that out before you make assumptions. However, there are more debatable parts to this hotel than some others, but you still can't deny the unbelievable fact that there's been thousands upon thousands of deaths at this hospital, the town itself, and the residual energy that relies in the town. I do actually have an experience from somebody on Reddit.
Oh.
This experience was from actually it doesn't say. It's okay. All right. This experience I was found off of Reddit. This one sounds very personal, so that's why I decided to include it in my research today. This isn't the best of the Jerome Grand Hotel ghost stories, but it's what I experienced when I stayed there for a night last year. A friend and I were doing a road trip from Phoenix to Antelope Canyon and back, and had planned to stay at a haunted hotel in Jerome for a night. It's a very well known haunted spot because it used to be the old copper mining town's only hospital for decades, and they estimate around 9,000 people had died in it. We really wanted to try sleeping there for a night. It's an old building, and floors 2 through 4 are where the hotel rooms are. We checked in and got our keys to the room on the second floor, put our stuff down, and went to a nearby restaurant for dinner. We went out to a bar after that and came back around 12:30 in the morning. I wanted to try and walk the halls and shoot some photos to see if I could see anything. I grabbed my camera and we head up to the stairs around 1 a.m. to the third floor. When, as we're walking up, I feel this intense static come on in the air and I feel all prickly, like spider webby. That's how it's worded, guys. Spider webby. Um, if they had not experienced this before, we kind of just walked around the hall a bit and looked and listened. There's a lot of stuff in the hallways, like side tables, hunches, pamphlets, etc. I knew there were mostly older, retired tourist guests staying there that weekend. LOL, Arizona. I'm not making that comment myself. This was a comment on the post in parentheses, LOL, Arizona. And it was very quiet. No TV noise or anything, but it felt so buzzy, like I was in an electrical conduit. When we reached the end of the hallway, all of a sudden I hear the loudest, most noisiest, echoing, weeping cry of a woman in one of the rooms. Like someone really, really sad. It gave me chills right now thinking about it. No music with it, and it did not sound like a television, but an actual echo of a cry that was carrying, just sobbing, crying. Right on the other side of the door we were near, I remember looking at my friend with a face that's like, oh shit, that's awkward. And she goes, did you just whisper something to me? She had not heard the sobbing and heard a whisper instead. Right then, someone coughs in the hallway, so we hightail it onto the staircase again. We ran up the fourth floor and the buzzing was gone. It just lips. The floor went chill and normal, very quiet, nothing strange. Took some more pictures and walked all the way to our floor again. This crazy part, we kept getting shocked by things on the way. Everything metal I touched shocked me. A radiator, a door handle, a hinge. When I put our keys into the doorknob, I saw a tiny little bolt like you do from static electricity. It was insane. Usually you get shocked once and it clears, but we were getting shocked on things for like 10 minutes straight until it stopped. We really did have static. have never had something like that happen in my life. Luckily, nothing happened in our hotel room. We found out it was half of the men's ward and a restroom back in the hospital days, so nothing too spooky. The next morning, when we checked out, I certainly had questions. Without telling the front desk what happened to us, I asked about the activity on the stairs, and she said, well, the third floor always seems to have the most activity, and the fourth and second floors have some, but the third floor is the one everyone mentions. I asked what was in the areas where we heard the crying and coughing. Get this. At the end of the hallway with the weeping was a maternity ward, and those rooms were patient rooms. She said only one of them was occupied on the end that night, but it was next to the door we were standing right in front of where the crying was from. People also see a woman over there and sometimes hear babies crying or kids running around. Down the hall from that, where we heard a cough, was the freaking tuberculosis ward. I told her what we had heard, and she seemed very unaffected, like, yeah, that sounds pretty common. Crazy. There were no speakers or anything aware, just a really nice and helpful staff of locals in a very old building with cool artifacts from its hospital days. The guest books were filled with experiences, and I left this one there too. I recommend staying there one day if you're ever in the area. So,
Mm.
that was the Grand Jerome Hotel. I actually really, really, really want to go to the Grand Jerome Hotel. It is so pretty. You guys better look up some photos. Like, I know I say that every single time I do it, but you guys better look up some freaking photos of this hotel. It is,
Or she can put in a photo right here
if I remember.
if she remembers. So if she'll remember it because she's editing.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
It'll be fine. Now, moving on to Kylie's stories of the day.
Okay. The Cecil Hotel. I'm gonna do my introduction. Imagine checking into a beautiful hotel in the heart of Los Angeles, expecting a relaxing night's sleep, only to discover you've entered one of the darkest buildings in American history. A place where mysterious deaths, gruesome murders, unexplained suicides, serial killers, and chilling ghost stories have become woven into its walls. Which, if you know the Cecil Hotel, there's a lot of shit that has happened there. Some people believe the building is cursed. Others say it's simply a tragic place that has witnessed more death than almost anywhere else in America. But whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. The Cecil Hotel has earned its terrifying reputation. Now, tonight, we're diving deep into the history, the tragedies, and the terrifying paranormal encounters reported inside one of the world's most infamous hotels. So, turn the lights down because we're checking in into the Cecil Hotel. All right. About the hotel. The Cecil Hotel opened in 1924 in downtown Los Angeles. The 15-story
15 stories, goddamn.
Bouge Arts building was designed to be elegant and luxurious. It featured a marble lobby, grand staircases, stained glass windows, ornate brass fixtures, imported palm trees, and more than 700 guest rooms.
Goddamn.
15 stories and 700 guest rooms.
Goddamn.
There's other hotels where it has a lot more.
Like Las Vegas. Oh my god.
Its developers invested around $1 million into construction. I wish I had that. That's a wish. And expected wealthy business travelers and vacationers to flock there. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. Just 5 years after the hotel's opening, the Great Depression devastated Los Angeles. Businesses closed, unemployment skyrocketed, and the neighborhood surrounding the hotel gradually deteriorated. Over the following decades, the area eventually became part of what is now known as Skid Row, home to thousands of unhoused individuals struggling with poverty, addiction, and mental illness.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of people when they hear Skid Row, they're like, "Yeah, don't go over there." I've heard a lot of stuff was saying, like, there's people when driving through Skid Row and stuff, and someone talking about Skid Row, be like, "Yeah, don't go over there."
Oh.
Because like with all like the mostly the addiction type, because there's a lot,
Yeah.
but yeah, just be careful going in that
Yeah.
spot. As the neighborhood declined, so did the Cecil. The hotel shifted from luxurious accommodations to inexpensive weekly rentals, attracting travelers, longtime residents, and people with nowhere else to go. By the 1950s and 1960s, newspapers had already begun referring to it as a place associated with violence, suicides, and unexplained deaths. Its reputation only continued to grow darker, because in 2011, management attempted to distance the property from its notorious past by rebranding part of the building as Stay on Main. However, the original Cecil name remained closely associated with the property, especially after the widely publicized death of Eliza Lamb in 2013. In recent years, the building has redeveloped primarily as affordable and supportive housing rather than operating as a traditional hotel. The dark history of the Cecil Hotel. The Cecil history is unlike almost any other in America. Throughout the decades, the hotel became connected to dozens of deaths, beginning in the 1930s. Numerous guests died by suicide in the building. One of the earliest known cases occurred in 1931 when a guest was found dead after ingesting poison.
Oh.
Only a few years later, another guest died in similar circumstances. These tragedies became alarmingly common because in 1944, Dorothy Jean Purcell gave birth alone inside one of the hotel rooms, which I heard about this.
Yeah.
I saw a story about it. I was like, God dang. Inside one of the hotel rooms, believing her newborn child had been stillborn. She threw the infant out of the window,
Oh
out of the
my
hotel
God.
window, but the baby was actually alive, and she didn't know that.
Oh my God.
The
Why would she
horrifying
just
case shocked the entire nation.
okay, first baby, thinks dead, throws out window. What?
She should have fucking made sure.
Made sure, called a doctor, done something. Maybe
That
she just didn't want the
or
baby.
since it was stillborn, they were just gonna just
Why would she chunk it out the window? That just
I don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense. Like, you could like cover it up, go bury it if you think it's dead.
Yeah,
Not
but
chunk out window. What?
probably a money problem or something maybe.
Still, chunk out window is a little extreme.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
But a lot of tragedies continued, like the tragedies did. Because in 1954, Helen Gurney jumped from the 7th floor.
Oh,
Yeah, just splat on the concrete.
splat.
Not like cartoons. Not like how the cartoons are where they pop back up. She didn't pop back up.
Or leave a human-shaped hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Just a crater.
Yeah, it's not like a cartoon, but in 1962, Julia Moore leaped from an 8th floor window. But only months later, Pauline Alton jumped from the 9th floor. Tragically, she landed on George Giannini, Giannini, Giannini,
Janini, probably.
Giannini, an unsuspecting pedestrian walking below. Both of them died instantly.
Oh my God.
Because she jumped from the 9th floor, so that from that height, oh yeah. Phew.
Bruh, why are so many people jumping? Like,
Suicides, depression. A lot of
and
people
this hotel just gravitates, like, it, the Cecil Hotel really does just attract depression.
and death.
It attracts depression and death to the point where they got so, like, the suicides there got so common that it's known for that. That's what it's known for, is suicides.
Suicides and murders and all that. Actually, do you know American Horror Story?
Yeah.
There's an actual there's season where they did it inside a hotel like Cecil.
Oh my God. I don't doubt it. I really don't doubt it.
It's the first season. Oh my God. I think I watched all of it except the new one. I really want to watch that. Now, the hotel became infamous not only for the suicides but also for violent crime. One unsolved murder involved Pigeon Goldie Osgood, a retired telephone operator who was found murdered inside her room in 1964. Her killer was never identified.
Uh-oh.
Not even till this day, I don't think.
That's kind of crazy, actually.
I know.
Most of this is crazy, but
It's
like,
kind of like that one serial killer, freaking what's his name? Zodiac killer.
Oh, yeah.
They supposedly had somebody that they said they probably figured it out now, but
Too late.
it's too late.
Too late. Like,
He
nothing,
died
yeah.
before they can even confront him.
Which, by the way, this could be foreshadowing for future true crime episodes.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
We do plan on doing those pretty soon.
Yes. Yes. Might
Leave
do
a
next
comment
season.
what you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Then came, perhaps, the hotel's darkest chapter. Because during the mid-1980s, serial killer Richard Ramirez, which you probably heard about him, not good, reportedly stayed at the Cecil while carrying out his murder spree across Southern California.
Oh my God.
Witnesses recalled him returning to the hotel late at night, sometimes wearing blood-stained clothing, bleeding into the chaos of the neighborhood without drawing attention.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine living through that, like being a receptionist and
Be like, not my problem.
like, I don't know him. I don't know him.
you
I don't know him.
Like, you see it, like, okay, I don't want to turn out like that, so
Like,
my mouth shut.
you see him coming in with like all the blood-stained clothes, and you just look at him and you're just like, maybe that's tomato sauce.
Yeah.
And I just go back to my
But
little business.
Yeah, but listen, this hotel was not just suicides and just death. Well, it's death all around. But
Yeah.
it's not just suicides. It's serial killers and drug addiction. Basically, what I said in the beginning, it's everything.
So it's kind of like how Grand Jerome had all that, the town of Jerome had like
It's so
gambles and
much
shots
trauma.
and like crime and like
Yeah.
trauma from. Because like how I like to think about it is hotels can be kind of like an attract. Like people go to hotels to visit, to stay when they have no other place to go.
Yeah.
Hotels like, back in the day also used to hold functions, like
Mhm.
parties, weddings, things like that. So like the people from the town that like the traumatizing town
Yeah.
took all that energy and centered it at hotels.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's like one
Yeah.
just big attractor for depression.
Yeah. But literally just a few years later, another serial killer, Jack Unterweger?
Oh my God, give it here.
You're the dyslexic one.
Yeah, and apparently I can read better than you right now.
Listen, for some reason they always have a weird last name or first name. Jack
Unterweger.
Unterweger? Okay. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. We do not care.
I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong.
Unterweger.
I'm pretty sure
I think it's Unterweger.
Underweger. Underwear. Jack Underwear.
But yeah, Jack
Underwear.
yeah, Jack Unterweger also stayed there while committing these murders in Los Angeles. Which you could search that up if you want to. I don't know exactly what he did. Can you search that up real quick?
Jack Underwear.
Jack.
Search up Jack Underwear. That's not going to be very productive.
Jack Unterweger. Unterweger.
Jack Unterweger was an Austrian serial killer who committed at least 12 murders in Austria, West Germany, Czechoslovakia, and the United States.
What was the one murder that got him put in jail?
Jack Unterweger was originally sent to prison for life in 1976 for the December 1974 murder of 18-year-old Margaret Schaffer, whom he beat and strangled with her own bra. How can you beat someone with a bra and make it hurt?
You could put rocks in it, like inside the where the pads go into, or put something in there.
He killed her with her own bra.
But you also gotta think bras were made different.
I just think that's a little random.
He could have whipped her a lot to where it left.
He could have, yeah.
And then strangled her.
After serving 15 years, he was paroled in 1990 following a massive campaign by Austrian intellectuals who campaigned his literary rehabilitation. Shortly after his release, he began a new string of prostitute murders across Europe and Los Angeles. He was arrested again in Miami in 1992, convicted of 9 counts of first-degree murder in 1994, and subsequently hanged himself in his prison cell. And but he also did write a lot of books in prison, so
Huh. See, I only wrote down, like, some of the serial killers because I had, like, a lot of stuff, and I didn't want it to be like, too long, but long enough to where it put a lot into the thing.
yeah,
But, like, I was trying to, like, put into the fact of, like, who stayed there and
yeah.
all that stuff, which Richard Ramirez is famous, and a lot of people know him already, but that guy, I nobody really knows him unless you search it up, but
No.
that was no. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you, next.
But then came the tragedy that would make the Cecil famous around the world. This happened in January 2013. You've probably seen the story. I've seen the story.
It's on
Countless
Tumblr.
others.
It's definitely on Tumblr.
Yeah. 21-year-old Canadian student Eliza Lamb checked into the hotel while traveling alone. But then she just disappeared.
Didn't she play some sort of elevator game?
Yes. I think, oh no,
Yeah,
hold on. Let me see. But after she disappeared, police released unsettling elevator security footage showing Lamb behaving erratically, stepping in and out of the elevator, peering into the hallway, and making unusual hand gestures. Weeks later, after guests complained about low water pressure and discolored water, maintenance workers discovered her body inside one of the hotel's rooftop water
oh
tanks.
my god.
Her death was officially ruled an accidental drowning, while investigators concluding that her bipolar disorder likely contributed to the events leading to her death. Despite this conclusion, the strange circumstances have fueled countless paranormal theories and internet spec- speculation. Which, the thing is, how the fuck did she get in there? Because, like, it's not easy to get in there. It's locked.
No, it's literally locked, yeah.
It is locked. So, she could have gotten in there, or somebody could have put her in there.
I think somebody might have put her in there.
Because,
Because,
like,
I mean, the Cecil Hotel already has a really bad history of serial killers being in the area. It's Los Angeles.
I mean, yeah.
So,
But we don't know. Nobody knows to
nope.
this day. But, like, how the fuck did she get in there? Because it was locked and everything, and she doesn't have a key.
Yeah.
They lock it so people don't drown in it, and
Yeah.
somehow she drowned in it. So I'm thinking maybe someone that works there probably.
Someone that worked there, maybe, or they knew somebody who worked there and they took it, maybe. She definitely has some sort of like, whoever did it,
They're
if
saying
somebody did do it.
she had bipolar disorder. She could have stopped taking her meds and someone took advantage of that.
Yeah.
We don't know. Nobody knows.
It was also rumored that she was playing this thing called the elevator game,
Yeah.
which if in a building with 13 stories, has to be 13 stories, which the Cecil Hotel has 14. It says that using the elevator game can, like, what's the word? Transport you into this whole nother realm using the 13th story.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by how erratically she was moving, I believe that in the actual article of her, she was like trying to play that game for a channel and she could have missed her meds and it could have made her go in her own realm, if you know what I'm saying.
Her own realm, but also go into that realm, which it did not help.
It she could have. Who knows?
We never know.
No.
We won't know. But now to the paranormal experiences and reported sightings.
Ooh.
Although none of these experiences have been scientifically verified, the Cecil Hotel has become one of the most frequently discussed allegedly haunted locations in America. Former guests, paranormal investigators, employees, and urban explorers have shared remarkably similar stories. Many claim that the hallways feel unnaturally heavy as though someone is constantly watching them, which I always feel that way. So, I mean, it might just be worse if I
Yeah.
step into it. I'll be like,
Honestly,
yep.
might as well. Maybe you could like be like a like whenever you like feel a ghost in the room, you light up.
Now,
Ding, ding, ding.
if we stay in the Cecil Hotel, I'm sorry, I'm not walking around there alone. So you're gonna walk with me.
Oh.
Even if you're asleep, I'm be like, Elsa, wake up.
Honestly, if they see us in our pajamas just walking around, like looking around, the guests might get scared of us instead of the ghosts. I want to scare a ghost. Like they're always scaring us. I want to scare them.
Some report hearing footsteps following them, despite finding empty corridors. Yeesh. Others describe hearing children laughing late at night, even when no families were staying nearby. Several visitors have reported sudden cold spots that seem to move through rooms. Some claim doors slam shut on their own. Eesh. Mm-mm. I swear to God, as soon as I walk into a room and that door slams, not even too long, as soon as I step into the room, yeah, no, let me out. Let me out.
Let me in. Have you seen that meme? Let me
I think so. Others describe lights flickering without explanation. Guests have reported televisions switching on by themselves during the middle of the night, and some have said that faucets began running on their own.
Yeah.
But some others describe hearing knocking on their doors only to open them and find no one there. And one of the hotel's elevators has become especially infamous.
Oh.
So it's because of the Eliza Lamb's security footage.
Yeah.
Like following the release of it, many visitors have claimed the elevators behave strangely. Reports include elevator doors opening on empty floors, refusing to close, stopping between levels, or responding to no button presses at all. While these experiences may have mechanical explanations, they have become part of the hotel's paranormal reputation. Some overnight visitors have claimed to see shadow figures standing at the end of hallways. Others report seeing dark silhouettes disappear around corners. Yeah, no. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm trying to move on. And several witnesses describe feeling someone brush against them despite being alone, and also have reported waking suddenly in the middle of the night, feeling pressure on their chest or sensing someone standing beside the bed.
No.
Like I'm even watched. I don't need all this. Now, a number of paranormal investigators have claimed to I almost said capture unexplained electronic voice phenomena or EVPs during investigations. And according to them, the recordings sometimes contain whispers, faint voices, or unexplained sounds that were not heard during the investigation itself. Now, whether these recordings are paranormal or simply uh, environmental noise remains heavily debated, but because of the hotel's long history of tragedy, many visitors believe the emotional energy left behind has somehow become attached to the building. Now, skeptics argue that the Cecil reputation, combined with its age, history, and countless documentaries, naturally prime visitors to interpret ordinary events as paranormal. Well, whatever the explanation, the stories continue to attract ghost hunters, historians, and curious visitors from around the world. Now, there's this one thing I screenshotted from Reddit. It's not really like staying at the hotel experience. It's more of like, okay, so this person drove by this was by their name. It was 5 years ago they posted this. They've driven by it. Their name's Tiptoe. They've driven by it there many times, by there many times at night, and it was terrifying because of proximity to Skid Row. Like, it's really close to Skid Row. If you're not careful, if you're alone, yeah, have a weapon on you near Skid
Yeah.
Row because you never know what's gonna happen. Um, they said I also went inside to check it out for a friend to stay there. It's cheap as fuck and very pretty, but we made sure to get a tour first. I have to say, even though it's gorgeous when you first step in, there's just an oppressive feeling of darkness I can't explain. We didn't stay, and I wouldn't stay there now. Even a sleuth. But, like, it's just like they walked in and they could feel, like, the darkness and all the stuff that has happened. Like, you can feel
Yeah.
like a weight. It's just basically a weight in your chest or, like, you just feel like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't."
I also feel like I said earlier, it definitely has, like, maybe not 100% the energy from how dangerously close it is to that part of town. But like that part of town
It's
could
just
also be why
yeah,
there's so many bad occurrences at the Cecil Hotel. It's because it's
yeah,
at that area of town as well as being a cheap ass hotel.
yeah.
Like, and normally,
Like, it's good to stay there at least once,
like,
maybe, but, like, no, nothing longer than that.
statistically, crimes tend to happen more when it is in a poorer area because people do not have the money to sit there and, be comfortable. So,
Mhm,
like, a lot of
especially
robberies, a lot of
in Los
muggings,
Angeles.
things like that.
Los Angeles is one of the most expensive states, I tell you,
It's
it's
terrible.
it's bad.
Like, I mean, I think Alabama's expensive right now. Then I look at prices of apartments in like New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco. Jesus Christ.
2 grand
I'm
for
gonna have to sell my feet in order to afford an apartment out there. But so like
yeah.
luckily I don't plan on it.
Yeah, like,
But
did you see that, one video I sent you where she had, like, $41,000 just selling like, doing stuff with her feet. Like, okay, so with you don't have to just sell your feet. It's more of like someone will be like, "Hey, can you step in some whipped cream or like all that stuff like that."
it's so
Some
weird.
people will pay like $200 or more.
That's so weird. Oh my
It
gosh.
just depends on what it
People
is.
do it nowadays because they don't take it seriously. It's like this is so easy. Just click. That's it.
But you can accept and you can I'm not saying I do it, but it's
Mm.
tempting. Money. Money, money, money.
Money, money, money,
We
money.
need that
Mr.
nowadays now.
Crab. Yeah, Mr. Krabs.
Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money.
Yeah. I wouldn't advise you do it.
No,
You can do it if you want to. I don't care. It's not my feet.
if you do, tell us how you did
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it.
Let us know how much
Wink,
you're making.
wink.
Let us know how much you're making.
Blink, blink. I stayed in an episode. I can't wink for shit. I look so cheesy when I do it. Blink, blink.
Just do it. Just do it
Show
real
us how
fast.
you did it.
Okay. Anyways, that's all the information I had on the Cecil Hotel. Besides that one serial killer, because like I didn't really know the guy, but
Maybe we should put him in an episode. Maybe we can do some research on him because I didn't even know he was
maybe.
Austrian.
Yeah.
Like that was a little weird.
I mean, everybody knows who Richard Ramirez is, but we'll also probably do an episode on him, maybe.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I think we should. We definitely need to do a true crime episode soon to have more of a variety. But yeah, no, we definitely want to incorporate some sort of true crime stuff. So
Yes.
you guys let us know in the comments who you want us to talk about. Maybe we could
Yes.
also have some sort of like once we have enough followers on social media, we could do a live to where we
Mhm.
try and discuss it and solve it.
Like,
I think that would be really cute.
yeah, like we can do. We're thinking of, like, of course, doing true crime, but also conspiracy theories.
The Illuminati,
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
So send us in what you would want us to talk about at some point, and we'll put it on our list.
Yeah, and you can send it to us at our email. There's a ghost in my closet at gmail.com.
Or DM us on
Or
Instagram.
DM us on Instagram, TikTok, or I believe we also have a Threads account.
Yes.
That sounds like, but yeah, I think, yeah, I really want to do a true crime episode. That'd be really fun.
Same.
Who's your favorite serial killer? tell me, who's your favorite person that likes to murder people?
There's just too many. Um, there's just too many. But anyway, there is a lot. I'm not saying there's a lot that I favor. It's just more of like interesting kind of.
I just like to solve it. I like the mystery. I have a lot of those like true crime like case files that you can get like that are fake, obviously, but you can solve it. It's a little game. But anyway, I didn't access in the intro, but how was your guys' Fourth
Oh,
of July just
and
ended.
yeah.
Let us know in the comments how your 4th of July went. My cousin hit me with a bottle rocket. How'd yours go? Did I tell you that?
What?
Jackson hit me with
No.
Jackson was lit a bottle rocket. He threw it at the ground because he didn't have a bottle.
Oh my.
And I was standing right next to him, and one of the sparks hit me right in the thigh, and I had a bruise for the rest of the night. Thanks, Jackson. Yeah, and you want to know what he did afterwards?
Oh yeah.
He dropped the bottle rocket and ran around laughing his ass off.
Oh.
I was like, bruh, really, you just hit me with it.
Anyways, before I say one that I think is interesting. What about you? You serial killer.
Well, I enjoy Jack the Ripper
Do you
because
enjoy it or is it interesting?
it's just interesting. No, I don't like enjoy it, but like
If we have to,
it's
we have.
insanely interesting to me. And there's a lot of theories and it's still unsolved. I also really find I forgot what it was called. It was a German one. It was in Germany. I listened to it once, but I remember really liking it. I'll try and find the name of it soon. Maybe we can do an episode on him, but he was from
Well,
Germany.
anyways, mine is there's a ton of mix. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy. They're just interesting because they got away with it for so many years.
I find the mystery intriguing. Like, and I like to try and solve it
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. It's not that we like like they don't like we just want to be like them. No, no, no,
No,
no, no, no. If you think
no.
about it, don't fucking do it. You'll
Even
go.
though
You'll be.
we what?
You'll be.
Yeah, you'll be.
Yeah, you'll be done for. And then Epke.
Oh, Leatherhead, or is it Leatherman?
Leatherhead.
Leatherhead.
Leatherman?
I think it's Leatherhead.
I think it's a Leatherhead or Leatherman.
Leatherface.
Leatherface. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Leatherface.
King.
That's what it's based off of. On a game. They actually did a series, like a whole show on like about his life
Yeah,
and stuff. Like his brother was somehow died to smoke inhalation, but they're thinking he killed his brother on
yeah, he
accident.
probably did.
He was
But anyway,
his best special. But yeah, that's my kind of interesting fact. Interesting ones.
all right. Kylie today has chosen this time to do Alice Oracle reading. Now, she actually gifted me a new tarot deck today, which I love it so much.
With
It is
a
the
bag.
Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck.
Because I think she loves
Here's what
Edgar
the
Allan
bag
Poe.
looks like. I do like Edgar Allan Poe. All right, I do not think I'm going to do the reading today with the Edgar Allan Poe deck,
She has
just because I have to, cleanse it and do a lot of ooga booga to it before it can be prepped for divination. However, I will post it on our Instagram. I'll post the story, like the pictures of the cards and things like that. But today we will just use my regular tarot. I love these. These are awesome. Okay, Carly, cue the shuffling music. What unethical life advice do you effers need to know today? Okay, perfect timing. Today, you guys got the King of Wands, the Moon in reverse, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so when I think of the Seven of Wands, it kind of represents a challenge, some sort of obstacle you have to face. In the image of the cards, you can't really see them from here, but it is an image of a man holding a stick with six other wands laid out in front of him, and he's standing on top, holding the stick defensively. So he's fighting off something. It could be, I have a feeling these could be some inner thoughts for you guys. I don't know. The word just popped into my head, inner thoughts. It could be something that you're trying to repress or go through or kind of accept about yourself. And that kind of goes on to that kind of fact checks when you have the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse symbolizes a release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretations, darkness, and insecurities. So, whatever insecurities you guys are feeling, or maybe you realize something about yourself and you don't like that, you're trying to repress that part of yourself that you're like this. Like sometimes when I don't like to judge. I like to be very open. I like to be very open minded. I try to be that for other people as well. However, it's human. It's just human for people to judge. So when I find myself
Yeah.
internally judging somebody just because I don't know them, I go, what's wrong with me? Am I like, I'm such a bad person? But you have to understand that that's human experience. It's human nature to judge. As long as you realize that and you don't act on it and you realize, oh my God, like I need to stop. That says more about your character than you think. You're actually probably a very decent person.
Like, that's not,
And I had to accept that part of myself that happens sometimes. Or maybe you don't like how your face looks, or maybe you don't like how your hair is, or something like
or
that.
how your
You're
body
repressing that part
is.
of yourself. Or you don't like how you talk to somebody, or something like that. Something easily like that. This is reminding you that you need to accept yourself for who you are. You need to accept your insecurities, your inner critic, your kind of self-interpretation.
Yeah.
And that represents here with the King of Wands. Now, King of Wands represents natural leaders, visionary, entrepreneur. I don't know. Big picture, overcoming challenges, career focus, mature, growing, accepting this part of yourself that you're trying to repress will mature you in ways that you cannot even imagine. And that'll actually set you up for future discoveries.
Yeah. Now we're going to say, instead of entrepreneur, we're going to say entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Listen.
We're going to say entrepreneur for now.
Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Cleo.
Emma. Like my friend Emma, I say Emma, and I'm like, Emma, no.
Emma, no, don't go into the water.
Don't go into the water.
I love it. It's so fun.
I know.
But yeah, I would definitely say your unethical life advice for today is whatever you are repressing, your inner thoughts, your inner emotions, accept that, because that's only going to create you more challenges for you. So maybe do some introspection while you're at it.
Yeah.
Figure out what you're repressing and learn how to let it go and accept it.
And just
let that shit
work with it.
Let it go.
Just work with it. All right, my advice.
Carly's words of wisdom for the day. What do you have?
Just work with it.
Just work with it. That's really nice.
Yeah.
We should put all your stuff on.
And don't do stupid shit.
Like normal. I love it. All right. Well, ending with that tarot session, I think that's all we had for you guys today.
Yes.
I apologize for if it seemed a little scatterbrained. We're still getting back into the groove of things from not filming for a week.
Yeah.
But that week did really help mentally a lot, I feel like.
Yeah.
And we are coming up with something for you guys for when we do take weeks off, which is not going to be very often. Maybe like once every couple months.
Like when we need not a breather from this, but like kind of like
just like some us time.
Like and if our work kind of doesn't, work out, we have to kind of figure out when to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when we can take some step backs. And you guys should also feel free to take a step back from your own lives.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's nice.
Go have a picnic, either by yourself, family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever.
Oh, how's it go? Oscar, your stress sweat is getting all over me. Here, go take a bubble bath, a latte, sip some chai tea. We'll talk later. Here's my card. Have you ever seen that?
I know. I was trying to remember what it said. I was like,
Oscar, your stress sweat is getting all over me.
I know it said,
go take a bubble bath, have a latte, sip some chai tea. We'll talk later. Here's my card. That's what I feel like to you guys. I feel like Chelsea from that one episode of the show.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Right? Ending on Chelsea. Love her. But as always, you guys can hit us up at our email. There's a ghost in my closet at gmail.com. We're also on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Go give those social media accounts a follow. We'll be posting, hopefully, pretty often on those. I'm getting better about posting on those.
Yeah.
But do you have any last minute things you'd like to add?
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. All right. As always, I'm Alice.
I'm Carly.
And we'll throw you in the next one. Stay spoopy.
Spooky bitches.